and
Okay,
Messi.
look. We're starting. We're live now in the Hangouts. Has anybody spoken with Boateng's family? During Boateng's family?
Apparently,
I'm still trying to make
Wikipedia is dead.
connections. No, I mean, like, yes. So, I mean, but have people sent their condolences? Because, I think, look, man, R.I.P. R.I.P. I mean, I love Boateng. He can be a great defender, but R.I.P.
Are you guys going to the funeral?
I can't make it, man.
I mean, it depends on what I'm doing the weekend. But I'll try and go. I'll get there like around 10 a.m. Around 10 a.m. But maybe 10 to 9. 10 to 9. It depends when I'm off work. But I'll try and get off work early. And then try to do that as soon as possible. But yeah, no, I'll be there, man. I'll be there. Of course, I'll be there. Let's get stuck in. We are going to talk about both matches. Barcelona are in the Champions League final.
Oh, it's not over. Calm down, man.
Phil, I swear to you, Phil, if you
It's over, man.
dare try and tell me Bayern have a chance, I swear to you, I will put you out of this hangout. I swear to you. Please, Phil, don't get on my nerves, okay? It's good. Look, well done. Do you want us to apologize? Do you want us to apologize? Are you here to just gloat? Because let me be extremely real with you. Can we please stop saying Pep is a better coach than Mourinho? Can we please? Please?
I can't. I despise Mourinho.
Yo, I'm gonna defend Double H here. He said if that front three clicked, then they could win the Champions League.
Yeah, he did say that.
And that front three did click, and it's headed that way.
Basically, look, the only way Barcelona don't win the Champions League is if the front three don't click. But let me say this right now. If Real get it done against Juventus, which I think they might, that will be a close game. Because I just feel that, and because look at, okay, fair enough, Barcelona were not at their best when they played Real at the first game of the season. But look at that game at the Nou Camp. Real had a lot of chances. Real had a lot of chances, and defensively, they defended Barcelona a lot better. Because people say, oh no, this front three and so forth. Look, did anybody watch that Real Barcelona game at the Nou Camp? Real defended them. They defended them. So it's tactics, because people need to look at the whole pie. That front three is a beast. Understand that. But Pep is a crap coach. Pep is a crap defensive coach. Defensively, he's crap.
So why was he doing man-to-man marking away from home?
Well, I was watching the match with the Bayern fan.
That is a sackable offense.
Yeah, that is a sackable.
You're going up against the best attack in the world. You know that this is the best attack that exists in the world. You're playing at their home ground, which is where they're fully strongest. Why the hell would you go man-to-man marking? I mean, why would you do that?
And he had three centre-backs with Rafinha playing as one of the centre-backs.
Yeah, I mean, what makes you think that Rafinha can do anything? Because this is why you have to say, Pep, this is indefensible. You've got one of the best defenders in the world in your team playing in defensive midfield. And you know that the strength of the front three are those wide men and how they cut inside. Wouldn't it make sense to put Lam up against either Neymar or Suarez? Wouldn't that isn't that logical? Or is that just me?
I was watching the match with a Bayern fan, and I was watching the match with a Bayern fan, and he told me he's not watching Bayern again until Pep gets sacked.
Look,
he told me he wasted their golden generation. Like after Heinz, if Heinz was still there, I think Bayern would have won.
They would win it. They would win it maybe again. Yeah.
No, they would, because I think even if you take the injuries, it's like you have to give yourself a chance, because Bayern had opportunities. They had opportunities. So it's not even they had opportunities, and I think defensively, because remember, Pep is not a good defensive coach. He may be pretty good at attacking and everything, but remember, take away key players from Pep, how good is it? Because I told you, this is when you get tested as a coach. When you don't have all your players with you, how can you? That's why they call it a manager. It's about how do you manage under different circumstances. So no Robin, no Ribery.
Oh my God!
Manage this situation, and he couldn't hit, and he couldn't manage it. So, I mean, look, I don't. Okay, look. So Phil, how do you see the match as a Barcelona fan? How did you look at the match?
I thought Munich played well in the first half. They pressed us a lot. Lewandowski was so dangerous. Who else?
There's no one else. There's no one else.
He missed that. I don't know how he missed that chance though. When Muller played
that was the only
across.
chance though. That was the only chance Bayern really had.
Muller was good too. Muller, he was balling, man. He's so underrated, man.
I think, like Lewandowski, you have to score that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just you have to make a connection with that. And apart from that, that was the only real opportunity that Bayern really had.
But Barcelona dominated those 15 minutes. They had at least 5 goals.
No, but you know, the thing though is that you have to look at Mario Götze, because people say, "Oh, Mario Götze is flopped. He's not really kicked on at thingy." Should we blame Pep for this? That maybe Pep is not the right coach, because Mario Götze and Lewandowski had amazing chemistry at Dortmund. So surely they should still have the same kind of chemistry if they're still put on the same team. But they just do not have that same kind of chemistry, you know, whenever they play on the pitch. Because Mario Götze would have been very key in this game for a counter-attack. Because you know Barcelona will come out and attack at you. So you have to defend properly, and then you can put the ball out to Götze. And Götze and Lewandowski, as they showed in Dortmund, know how to play with each other. They know how to pop off passes, and they know how to be on that same wavelength. But Pep, why aren't you using Mario Götze in that way? You know, it's like, so Pep was shown up. Okay, but
no, man, Pep just has to get sacked. I mean, to move on.
No. Let's switch things up. In my view, because I don't know which I was watching, because obviously I was watching it with my boy, and where the commentator was, I think, Neville, and he kept on saying, "Oh, amazing match." No, we both.
Yeah, he did it. He's an idiot. Saying that.
Juventus Real Madrid was a much better. That was a proper football match.
Thank you. Exactly. No,
Bayern,
that's what I was saying.
I don't think. Did Stegen make a single save?
Bayern never had a shot on target.
Yeah, they don't. So how do you say it's a better game when one team did not have a single shot on target? How is that a better game? And they ended up losing 3-0. You know? Look, Juventus Real Madrid, I think that is what you call a football match. And the advantage is with Real Madrid. The advantage is with Real Madrid because let's look at it properly here. Real are playing at home. Juventus, you're thinking that.
But Pogba will be back. So.
To be honest, I wouldn't play him.
Look, I'll get to that whole Pogba thing. I'll get to the Pogba thing. The way I view it is that 2-1, you've got. This is what I because this is what I wrote in my blog. You have the away goal. Key. Even if you lose the match, you only lose it by 1 goal deficit. That's another key. Because remember, the home team are under pressure to win. The home team are expected to win. As long as you don't make it a 2 or 3 goal deficit, you get an away goal. That's an ideal result. Because you now know that we are playing in our home ground, where we know we are confident. And we know that we've been here before. And we know that 1-0, we keep a clean sheet. Because I can't guarantee you Juventus will score, but I can guarantee you Madrid will score. You know.
Before the match, I remember you said that Juventus will win 2-1, and then you told me that that's a good result. I told you it's not a good result, but to be honest, looking back at it, like at the performance, I mean, it is a good result because when you have Ramos was shit, Casillas was shit, Marcelo was shit, Carvajal, like half the team was complete crap.
If Lorenz had not decided to say, "Hey,
exactly,
let me head the ball to Casillas," you know. Like,
Exactly. So it's actually a great result when you get the performance. I mean,
it's a damn
But
good result.
Juve would score
Is
in Madrid.
Lorente in the Brick Academy?
Of course he is.
I'll see. It's tricky because
Why
he
not?
has been actually scoring some key goals, but I think after that thing to Casillas, I'm gonna put him in to break ahead of me. No,
He's
yeah,
so slow as well, man. So slow.
yeah, I'll induct him.
but like I just think like whenever it's something in Madrid. Whenever like we have to come back in a game at home, it's always called the remontada. So like whenever we play a game like that at home, we always keep a clean sheet. Like I can't remember the last time we played a big game at home and we didn't keep a clean sheet. And then when you have Cristiano on your team, you're pretty much a goal up, so we will
Yeah,
score.
no, for
I'm
me, I think
100% sure.
What about Tevez?
Yeah, I just
You need to
I
think.
just
You need to think about that too.
I know, but I just think we will get a clean sheet. I think Varane was shit. That was probably Varane's worst performance I've ever seen him play. That was the worst I've seen him play for
no,
Real
no,
Madrid
for
last
me, I
time.
think
Ramos was so shit in
no, no,
midfield.
no. I think no, for me,
Yeah.
it's simple as that. If Real Madrid have a good game,
Mm.
they'll keep a clean sheet. If Real Madrid have a bad, because you can tell for the first 10 or 15 minutes, if Real Madrid are making mistakes, they're looking shaky, Juventus are having confidence, then then you're in trouble. Then Juventus know that like we can just steal a goal here. Because I think Allegri knows, because Allegri has to realize that look, they are going to score. So Juventus must know they have to score a goal. Because I'm thinking they're going to try and keep a clean sheet. They're going to try and go old school. So what I think Allegri may do is that go old school and say, let's hold these boys 0-0, which is crazy. But if I know Italians, I know how old school Italians, because Allegri is old school. He's going to go out there and say, nah, 0-0. We're going to attack these guys. Come and score a goal against us. We're going to try and keep it 0-0.
Yeah, and I think Ancelotti will go similar too. I think Ancelotti will go for a 1-0. Like he will just like he won't really overcommit and he will just pick his moments.
But the thing, though, the danger is that, because remember, guys know how to read games. Because if Madrid, because it's tricky, okay, if you don't overcommit and you say, let's chill, let's be cautious, 25 minutes, 35 minutes, 65 minutes, 0-0, then you're like, yeah, and the worst
Yeah,
thing is
you're eventually gonna have to. You're eventually gonna have to, obviously. If it doesn't come, like if you don't create that chance and Cristiano finishes or whoever finishes, then obviously you're gonna have to. But I just don't think like Carlo will, because in a game like this, a coach like Pep, for example, would just push the whole team up, high line from the first minute, push everyone up, try to get a goal in the first. I don't think Carlo will do that.
Mhm.
I think
I
he'll
mean,
wait.
so do you guys, I mean, how confident do you feel of a classical final?
To be
Pretty
honest, man,
confident.
like a Juventus Barca final would be crap. Like Barca would destroy them. Let's be real. Let's be real. Come
No, no,
on. I
no,
mean,
let me be real with you, because this is what I said to my boy when we were watching it. I wouldn't mind the Juventus class because Bayern already out. I mean, that's pretty much accepted. But I would not mind the Juventus Barcelona final because, in my view, I told you, Pep. Can you just assume Juventus will be killed? I told you, remember, Allegri is a defensive coach. Pep is not a defensive coach. Laurent Blanc is a crap coach. So, but Juventus, Allegri is, you can say what you want, but Allegri is a defensive coach. That's what he does. That is like his priority. So I would like to see how is he going to defensively set up against. Because remember, this Barcelona team have not really gone up against a defensive team. Bayern are not a defensive team. PSG are not a defensive team. They've not really played against a team that is known for being defensive. So I would just like that tactical setup. And remember, it's a final. Hence why I said that even if Real Madrid gets to the final, like it's once you've reached the final, the rules are different. You're not gonna just
and by
ransack
the way,
the team.
if we make the final, Modric will be back. So that's a huge, huge difference too. I mean, in my opinion, he's our most important slash best player.
No, for me, I think which is why they were missing him at that in the Juventus stadium because I think, listen, you know what? The thing with Ramos is that this is where Chelsea couldn't make a big decision. Was that just an aberration? That was just a bad game that he played, and maybe he not play a better game, Or do you say, you know what, maybe this won't work? Because he played well against Atletico for a bad game today. So do you say...
But who do you play? That's the question.
Okay, wait, what's wrong with Khedira? Is he injured or he just...
Yeah, he's injured without... Like, the problem with Khedira is that he gets injured, then he comes back, he doesn't even play. He just gets injured in training again. Like, he's been doing that all season.
I mean... Yeah, I mean, to be honest...
What about that Brazilian kid? What about that
You're
Brazilian kid?
not going to play Laramendi, yeah. So
What
he
about
has
that
to
Brazilian
go with
kid?
Ramos.
I mean, what's wrong with him, really? He's better than Ramos. Come on.
Yeah,
give me two.
no, he's not. He's literally Laramendi number 2. He doesn't
Oh
do
my.
anything.
There's a
And also,
numbers.
was it a false 9? Or was it Cristiano and Bale as strikers to begin with?
It was a
Bale.
4-4-2.
It was a
It was a
Bale.
4-4-2 where Cristiano and Bale were strikers, but Bale, I don't know. Did he show up to the game? Because I'm not sure if he did.
He was invisible.
I don't think I saw him. I think we played
Because
with
you know
10.
what? I think Ancelotti. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with people. Chicharito, why doesn't this guy start? Because you look at what Bale did there. Are you not going to start Bale again, or are you just going to say, look, man, let's start with Hernandez as a striker, put Cristiano in his place, and maybe put Isco in or as right wing, and let's roll. Because as soon as Hernandez was on our pitch, he was linking up plays, and he was just being a lot more involved than what Bale was. Because I think, it's a big game. And you have to, and this, because Juventus are going to be ready. So can Bale deal with the pressure of like mates?
No, it's gonna be Benzema though. Benzema's back. He's gonna play the game. So
Oh,
Okay, so he's
Benzema's
definitely
gonna
back for that match.
Yeah, he's definitely back. He's gonna play against Valencia on the weekend. So it's gonna be Benzema. The problem is, like yesterday, I almost broke my TV when Ancelotti took Isco off. He was probably our best player.
I thought he
match.
did bad. To be fair, he didn't do much.
No, he was pretty good on that left side. He was creating a lot. He took Isco off and left Bale on, which showed that he's just like too scared to take off the 100 million player, which really pissed me off. Because if he starts Bale again, I mean,
you've got to make those decisions, man. Because I don't know, you've got to make. I mean, look, let's bring some other cards in here. I mean, Lance, how did you see the Juve Madrid game? Who do you think has the advantage, Juve and Madrid?
I think for the first 30 minutes, Juve had the upper hand, but after Madrid scored the equalizer, the tides kind of turned, and Madrid were the better team for the rest of the
Oh, here comes the first goal.
Yo, look, Mahamam, you can't be watching TV during the damn hangouts, man. I mean, what the hell? And also your cookies is
match is
going
that?
as well. I mean, at least give us like an HD thing on your damn crap. Look, man, please get in here, man. Juve, Madrid, how do you do it? Patrice.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought like Juventus started pretty well, and then when Madrid actually equalized, I thought they actually came into the game, and I thought overall they were the better side, but Tevez made a difference, and I think overall Madrid have the advantage. I think because of the away goal. I'm going with Madrid to win.
The thing is, Juve would score next week, man. Like,
yeah, because
I think so.
Wait, Phil. Are you saying this objectively, or are you saying
no, because Juve are not Atletico. They're not going to defend
yes,
the
they
whole
are.
90 minutes.
Yeah, they were
Juventus are an Italian. Look, I can pretty much guarantee that Allegri is, unless he does something shocking, they're going to try and get 0-0. I mean,
No, he won't.
Look,
he won't.
what's it called? Rob, help me out here, man. How do you think Juve are going to go into that second leg against Madrid? Help me out. Rob.
Allegri's gonna go old school, but he's just gonna be like sort of like kind of what like Mourinho does, just minimize the mistakes and capitalize, basically. But I think that chances from the first leg is gonna come back to haunt them. Because if it was 3-1, then I think they would go through, but 2-1's not enough.
But for me, I always felt it was going to be 2-1. I mean, I felt that with the way the match was going, I just felt that this is going to be a tight tie. And the funny thing is, this is what me and my boys said when we were watching. Before these ties, what did we all say? Man, Bayern, Barcelona, man, that's going to be close. Going to be close. And Juventus, they're the weakest team. Madrid will, we're expecting them to win, but it's totally flipped. Bayern are pretty much out.
Looking back at it, I wish we drew Bayern, not Juventus, to be honest.
Even Muller said that they're out. Muller.
Yeah, look, I mean.
Yeah, but who could have known? Who could have
if Bayern go to someone got paid.
Yeah.
And guys, you can laugh all you want. I'm being dead serious. If Bayern go to someone got paid a lot of money, because then you have to now do investigations, betting scandals, and all that crap. Because 100%,
It's not over, man.
Calm down.
Yeah, kick him out, please, kick him out.
Please. Okay, there are two certainties in life: death and banning Nick out. That's two certainties in life.
Yo, guys,
They didn't get the away goal. That's what kills the tie.
I mean, it would have been a different story if they had Robin, Ribery, and Alaba back, but
Oh my God.
Yeah, Bernat was crap.
Lantana, this is not okay. Lantana, look at it here. First of all, you're a manager and you're paid a healthy sum of money to be a manager. You're going to the new camp without your best player, your best attacking player, without Alaba. So you're not going to, you know what, our attack is not going to be as strong. Then you're going to say, you know what, we're going up against the best attack in the world. So surely the first thing you must think of is like, what is our defensive setup? How do we defend? Forget about scoring. This is 180 minutes. How do we try and make this 2-0, 2-1? How do you just restrict them to say, max, give them two goals, max 2 goals, 2 Gs, max 2 Gs.
They had 2 goals. I don't know why they went for the.
Pep was playing
Mohammed, that is when that's how you get sacked.
Yeah.
You're 2 goals down. You know that a second leg is to come. Put on a defender, say, guys, everyone back. Let's keep it at 2. Look, how's it that there was like freaking like one defender back and the name was in
but you can't really account for the second Messi goal. I mean, that was just genius.
Who is better? My opinion.
So I'm one of the few people that will say that. Please, I beg you, read my blog article on this, because not many people will, because everyone is like, Messi, great, a genius, Messi, amazing. First of all, if your pancake was Coach Messi is not doing what he's doing, because you have to, if you have Messi one-on-one, he'll beat you. He'll beat you. If you defend as a unit, as a group, then it's a lot harder for him to do what he does. If you defend as a unit. But Pep is not a defensive coach. Okay? In the Bundesliga, he's not going up against anyone of any real quality. So he's not hard to be tested defensively. But as like when you look at Heinkes, look at just how disciplined that Bayern boys were under Heinkes, where everybody knew their role. They defended as a unit. Everybody moved in unison, in tandem. So you were like even when you were watching it, you were like, man, there is no space. There is no space. The organization was beautiful. But it's like you look at with Pep, you're like, this is like it's the Grand Canyon. It's the damn Grand Canyon. Like look, space,
I just wanted to say something to Phil, because he was saying that Allegri won't settle for like a 0-0, but I don't know if you guys remember, but when Barcelona faced AC Milan, and AC Milan were 2 goals up, and Allegri just went to the Camp Nou and literally just played for a 0-0, and he lost 4-0 because he literally had no attacking threat. So
yeah, but Barcelona had Messi though.
The whole match he actually showed no attacking threat at all. He just tried to play for a 0-0.
That Milan team was garbage.
Yeah, didn't Bayern hit the post in that match?
Yeah,
that's true, but they only had like one chance the whole match. It was obvious that he was
because remember, I told you, this thing with Allegri is that Allegri is a good coach. He's not a great coach. He's a good coach. Same with Pep. If you give Pep the right players, He's a good coach. But if he doesn't have the right players, he's not. Then he's exposed. Allegri under AC Milan, when all his key players left, Thiago Silva, Ibrahimovic, all the main boys, he was exposed. But if you give him Chiellini, Bonucci, Bazzali, proper defenders, let's talk. Let's talk. Although Bonucci is a liability.
Yeah, but they have Vidal in front of them.
Look, I'm telling you right now, Chiellini
Did
is
you
guaranteed
mention
a yellow
the
card. Chiellini is guaranteed a yellow. That guy is guaranteed a yellow. That's a fact. That guy is going to get a yellow hard. But look, I'm still going with Madrid for that second leg. I mean, it's looking like a classical.
How crazy would a classical final be, though? A classical final, that would be hype, man.
No. Look, for me, I don't want to see it, but it will be a big game. And I think, you know what? That's a tough one to call. If it is Madrid-Barcelona, that's a tough one to call because it will be close. It will be close because it's the final.
Double H.
Yeah.
Man, Kadeem.
Do you think, hey guys, but do you think Mourinho would have won today against this Barcelona side
Mourinho would have lost by 3 goals.
Same score.
Without Hazard, without Ivanovic, and without Costa?
No. He would not have won, but he would not have lost 3-0. That's a fact.
But
yeah, because he would be parking the bus. Yes,
Kadeem,
of course he would.
Kadeem.
Yes,
no, but guys, you
can't. He'll pack the jumbo jets. He'll pack the drone. He'll pack everything. He'll pack.
He did that against PSG of all people.
Kadeem,
and it's also due to luck, man. You can't.
No, Kadeem, Kadeem, you cannot honestly defend Pep after what happened today. You can't.
Guys, they conceded the third goal in the last minute.
Yeah.
I mean, how?
That's just that is poor. That is crap management.
Oh, but my criticism is only, with regards to not like the strategy today, because he had 12 players. Pep had 12 players which can play on that level, and out of those 12 players, like some had like only a couple of games this season. It was the first time they played like this in that setup this season. So I mean, what can he do with 12 players? He can't.
No. And Kadeem, I'll tell you this. First of all, Rafinha shouldn't even be in that team.
Yeah, that's true.
That's for me. He's not part of the 12 who is good enough to be in that team. And I said it again. You've got one of the best right backs in the world. Why wouldn't you play him in the strongest position? You're playing in a semi-final against a team who are considered favorites. Surely, to give yourself the best chance, play every player in their best position.
Right. Okay. But
should Boateng play the second leg, or should he just be benched?
He did play, man. He has to play. They don't have any other defenders.
They shouldn't even show up for that second leg. It's over. They shouldn't show up. I mean, if they have any respect for themselves, they shouldn't even show up.
I just want to say something that Kadeem said. Kadeem said if Hazard, Costa, and Ivanovic are injured, would Mourinho be able to bounce back? But the key point is that Bayern have the best squad in the world for a reason. If Mourinho had Hazard injured, he would have to play Ramirez as a left winger. But Pep,
guys, is like
Pep has an amazing squad. Like,
come on, guys, how can you rate a manager that fully parks the bus against any team? I mean, seriously. I mean, Pep has the bravery.
Mohamed, who has the title? Who has the title?
No, Mohamed.
How boring.
It's not bravery. It's stupidity.
Yeah, to a certain extent, yes.
Guys. But I mean, the goals, like the first goal. I mean, you saw that situation, like there was free kick in front of Neuer, and Neuer just said after the match he wanted to make the game fast, so he gave the ball quickly to Bernard. Then Bernard tried to dribbled one guy, and then instead of passing the ball to make the game actually far, he tried to dribble a second one, and then he lost the ball. And then the whole goal happened. Like, but this was the first goal. It was really like the mistake of Bernard. So what?
But Barcelona had chances throughout the whole match.
Yeah, true. That's true.
But for me, I think the main thing is that you have an amazing squad.
Yeah.
And Stigi did not make a single save. For 90 minutes, Stigi did not make a single save for the whole of the 90 minutes.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with, I mean, Barcelona totally earned this 3-0 victory. But you need to consider Pep Guardiola had like, okay, I give you Rafinha that he could have played like Lahm on the right and then Götze in instead of Rafinha and in the midfield somehow. I agree with that because I think that would have been much better as well.
No,
But
no, no,
except for
the issue is that Götze has not improved under Pep. Pep has not made Götze a better player.
yeah,
And I've always said is that these two guys, Götze and Lewandowski, combined very well for Dortmund. Why don't they combine the same when playing for Bayern? And you're playing away from home. You know, Mario Götze is a very smart player and a very clever player that can pop the ball up quickly. This is a guy who is built for this kind of away game.
I know. That's my point. I mean, I criticize about Pep. That's what I said. That he bases his trust on Thiago. I mean, my point is like, you saw Thiago today. He was. I mean,
He did nothing. Thiago did
was
nothing.
no professional football. What he did. You know what I mean? He tried some tricks, really risky passes, and he lost balls, committed a lot of fouls, and was responsible for the second goal. So maybe it was because he was injured the whole season and he's not like yet fit or something. But at the end, it was like not a professional game of him. He was missing.
Sorry, Sebastian, a quick question. Was he fit or was he injured?
No, he was injured. He was injured too.
I don't think it would have made that much of a difference, to be fair.
I don't know.
No, because for me, I just think that, you know, like, you can say these things about injuries, but I don't want injuries to not be an excuse for losing 3-0.
I mean,
because remember, this isn't FC Porto or this isn't Shakhtar Donetsk. This is Bayern Munich.
I know, but I mean, it's like he had really Rode had like an injury like like yesterday like muscle tear or I don't know how to say.
Muscle tear.
And so Pep really had only 12 players who could somehow play on that level, and all the others were injured or I don't know what. So you're right. But
I just think, like, you know what? I just think that you always, when you look at the situation you have, is that okay, I've only got 12 players fit. I'm playing against Barcelona away from Copa and an attacking team. You have to put yourself in the best possible position.
Yeah.
And so the first thing you have to do is that, guys, we're here to defend. We're here to restrict these guys, and we're here to slow the game down. We're here to commit fouls, slow the game down, make the game ugly, try and just unsettle the team and just make it a very slow game, which doesn't suit Barcelona. So that must be your first thing, like, let's try and make this an ugly, gritty game.
Yeah, I know, but you mean, I mean, you know, the Bayern Munich is such a good team because they, I mean, that like 80 minutes it was 0-0, and I thought like until the first goal that it's going to be a 0-0, and I said like, okay, I don't know whether that is a good result because this Barcelona was dangerous and stuff, and could also win in Munich. But I thought like it's going to be 0-0 until the first goal, and I don't know.
Neuer was their best player. Neuer was Bayern's. He was their best player.
It's okay. 2-0 is bad. Even at 2-0, I'll still say Barcelona would go through. But at 2-0, you've still got a chance. There is still a chance to do something.
Yeah.
Because if you're a professional manager, you have to say 2-0. We've been pretty outplayed at some bits, but we've been pretty good. Let's take this. Defend, keep it at 2-0. Let's take it for another 90 minutes. If you concede a third goal, you've lost. All that hard work you've done.
True, but you can't simply say that like.
I think it's majority of attacking coaches.
That scoreline, they'll have to come out.
I think it's majority of attacking coaches. You look at Wenger; he did the same with Monaco. Klopp does it sometimes too. Most of them do it.
And I think it's like, it shows you that, like, guys like Pep and Wenger, you can't call them great managers. You can't. You know, like, that title has to be given for people like Ancelotti, like Mourinho, like, where you know how to attack, you know how to defend. I mean, for me, like, Ancelotti is a great coach because to this day, I mean, you can say, okay, Real Madrid have the players, but he's been the only coach who has been able to sort of nullify how Barcelona play and been able to really know how to defend them while also attacking and creating chances and playing a much better economical sense of football, which I've not really been seeing any other coach do. So you can't put Pep on the same level as a guy like Ancelotti or a guy like Mourinho, because these are elites coaches who know how to attack, manage, rotate.
Luis Enrique is elite.
No, it's not. He's not yet. He's not
I
yet.
mean, there are two things to the coin. I mean, like as a manager, they're like one thing is like the tactical thing, and the other thing is like to handle those people, those men, you know, those stars, those football players, to handle them as like persons. And I don't know. I mean, like
No, for me, I think like Pep. I don't think Pep is a good manager.
Ibra, man. Remember what Ibra?
Sorry, Rob.
Oh, I was just saying Pep has fallen out with a lot of players, like Ibra, fell out with him. Mandzukic fell out with him. And I think he's falling out with Muller as well.
He was headbutting Lewandowski the other day for them. I saw a fine on that. He was headbutting.
Yeah, but that was to motivate him. I mean, for me, I mean, I respect Pep and I also respect Mourinho. For me, those two are both really great coaches, and I don't know. I mean, I can't really compare and say the one is better than the other because it's difficult to say.
I just can't. I mean, for me, after today's match, because the mistakes he made were so glaring. I told you, he should have been 3-0 down in the first 10 minutes. He just got lucky.
Yeah.
Because the amount of chances
Suarez had a one-on-one.
They got none.
Remember that one-on-one? Like,
yeah.
Really, he should have been down 3-0 in the first 10 minutes, easily. You know, because
but Bayern had a great chance.
Yeah,
guys, did you see that picture of like, you know how like the Suarez goal in El Clasico was literally the exact same angle and exact same spot?
Casillas, I saw your pic. Like Casillas was literally standing straight.
Yeah, yeah. Like, that's the difference.
I will stand straight. I will not move. I will not move. and as soon as the ball moves, then I will dive. I dare you to tell me to move.
Man, that's just like when you have a top class keeper like that, it just puts like Bayern should have not been in the game. Neuer just can't.
Exactly. If Neuer was not in goal, it would have been 2-0 in the first 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Should have been 2-0. So I told you, like, I mean, I'm sorry, man, Pep, huge flop. Look, guys, I've got a head. I'm going to go. I'm probably going to do some post-match videos soon. But, man.
But great match.
That's, look, what Messi did to Boateng.
Great match, man.
All I'm going to say is disgraceful, and I think I'm going to
show up to the funeral, though.
It's a criminal offense. It's a criminal.